Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your Star Struck Tarot General Reading. We're going to pick 8 cards from our trusty Rider-Waite, and then at the end, we're going to clarify them with a card or two just to see a full picture of what is going on for us right now. Eclipse season is over. How good does that feel? It feels amazing. So the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse happened last night, as we all know. And I'm going to put a cheat sheet below so you can see, according to your rising sign, where this eclipse affected you. I'm very glad eclipse season is over. Mercury's still in Mercury retrograde. But we go through that 3 to 4 times a year anyway, so who cares? It's really not that big of a deal. Excuse me. Cool. It seems like we're getting over something. We're getting over something that, oh my gosh, hello. Oh, okay. We got some sword heavy energy here. Hello? Okay. We got some, yeah, so we have the 9 of Swords reverse, and then we have the Ace of Swords, and then we have the 2 of Swords. Okay. Oh, you're feeling better. You're feeling better, though. The second card to come out is, what is this? The 6. The 6 of Wands. Amazing. I love that for you. Thank you for trusting me with your cards. Please like this video. Helps me so much. Helps me so much. Comment. You don't even have to say anything crazy. You can just be like, thank you. So every reading that I've done so far, which is only like 4 readings. Wait, really? Okay, felt like more. Moons take it out of me. New moons, full moons, take it out of me. But I was like, I have to do this. And I think I had a realization the other day that because I do it every 2 weeks, like my readings are always next to a new or full moon, which is really interesting, which is kind of to my detriment, but also good, you know, also good. It's good to push yourself out of your comfort zone, because usually after big moon phases like that, I am just in bed and going through it. But all the cards that have been coming out, I've just been taking them. So we're going to take all those cards, and they're just going to belong there now. So, yeah, I see like you're getting over something. It seems like this has been brewing for a really long time, a lot of pain, and you're kind of getting out of a rut. You're like, oh my God. Like, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't be crying. I can't be crying every freaking night and like freaking living, brewing in my woes any longer. I can't be doing that. We have the 10 of Cups. Like, wish fulfillment. Okay, sick. Let's see. Oh my God. Okay. Let's pull another card for you. Oh my God. This is like, okay. Here we go. Okay. So, okay, first of all, I want to say that I'm so happy for you. So we have 10 of Cups. Yay, wish fulfillment. Okay, and then this came up in the Sagittarius reading too. I was like, oh, but don't you notice that in order to have this 10 of Cup moment, like somebody else is involved? So, I mean, next card, we have the freaking Lovers. Oh my God. Like, something real cute is happening right now. Something real cute is happening. Like, maybe somebody is helping you get out of this, you know, healing phase that you've been in, and you're like finally letting yourself be open to being with other people, and just this person is really like bringing this out in you, which is like so beautiful. And then we have the Seeker of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this is bringing on like so many new things, so many new opportunities, and like this is something that's completely new, right? Because like you've just been kind of doing this. You've just kind of been doing this. So now that all of this is happening, it's like, oh my gosh, what are all the possibilities for me out of this? It doesn't necessarily have to be I want to say it doesn't necessarily have to be like a romantic relationship. It could just be like a friend or something like that. But with the Lovers card, it's like, I don't know. It might be somebody that you're like really like romantically interested in that is getting you out of this rut and you feel like on top of the world. Like, look at the shit. You can't make this up. That is amazing for you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Is that a 6 on a 6? Interesting. Okay. Let's pull another card or two. What? Is that a 6 too? Uh-huh. Okay, let's pull one more card. It's gonna be another 6. Okay. That's... Should we take this too? It's on my pinky. Okay, let's take it. Just take it. Oh, Lord. Okay. You know what is really interesting? I was going to say this when I was pulling that first pocket, but I was like, don't get ahead of yourself, Michelle. You don't know what the rest of the cards are going to say. But the cards are telling me. Okay, so I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is like a love interest that is coming into your life. I don't know if this is just like a friend or maybe some like big emotional endeavor that you're taking in that's really going to make you feel like you're on top of the world. It's going to feel like wish fulfillment, but I don't want you to get too excited. I don't want you to get too excited. Don't think that this is like a cure-all. Like this person's literally just going to come and like take care of everything, okay? We have the 6 of Swords. Like, yes, you have gone through so much of this pain, right? You've gone through so much of this pain, and now this pain is like helping you get through things, helping you get across these waters, right? Into like stable land. And then we have the 6 of Wands reverse, which is like telling me that even though this is happening, don't think that you shouldn't still take action on certain things, because action on certain things are still needed. And then we have the Ace of Cups, but it's reversed. So that's just telling me, like, don't put everything into this. Like, sometimes we can get really excited from new people and new little projects that we just put everything into it. And I mean, this cup upside down, I mean, Scorpio is very passionate, have a lot to give, right? But don't give it all. Don't give it all, because there's something you just don't know. There's just something that you don't know. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that especially for the Scorpio reading. I hate that because Scorpios are like, knew it. Like, they're just always in their head like, okay, but where's the bad news? It's just around the corner. It's gonna happen. Because they understand the light with the doom, right? They just do. So, eek. But also, okay. Okay, next we have the Ace of Swords. I feel like you also, okay, so most Scorpios feel this way, like there's something that I just don't know, and they want to know everything in order to feel completely stable. Even though they also love the mystery, just enigmas, right? Just ask. Just ask. Like, we have the Ace of Swords here. If you think something isn't being said, something isn't being shared, just ask. Anybody who respects you will have no problem answering whatever question you have. If you feel like you're left in the shadows about something with whoever this is or whatever this is, just ask. Just ask. We have vitality. It's like when you open yourself to being a good communicator, when you open yourself to being like transparent with whoever this is, like amazing that you have, you know, there's like vitality in this relationship, like amazing things can happen. We have the Fool. It's like new for you to ask these questions. Some people feel like if they ask certain questions, they look like weak. Like sometimes if we're getting in cahoots with somebody, because I mean, this could also just be like a career thing. It could also just be like a friend thing, but also it looks kind of like, it looks like it kind of might be like some kind of relationship-y romantic thing. that when, you know, we start seeing somebody new, we don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to ask the hard questions, because we're scared that we'll look insecure, or we're scared that we're just gonna rock the boat, right? And it's like, there's no problem with asking these questions. We have the wheel. It's like you're scared of asking these questions because you have no idea you're like, I don't know if this person's gonna freak out. I don't know what they're gonna think of me when I ask these questions. I can't risk it. I just kind of want things to stay the way they are. And it's like, okay. We have the Two of Swords. It's like, a decision needs to be made. A decision needs to be made. Like, literally, you need to talk about something. Like, ask the question, because it's either going to be yes or it's going to be no. But you're choosing to keep yourself blind. The moon again. Like, oh, Lord. I was like, in the beginning of this read, I was like, oh, shit. Things are looking good for you. And I mean, they still can, as long as you let yourself be vulnerable. And don't put all your eggs in one basket. I know it can be difficult, especially if you're coming out of something like this. It can be really exciting when something like this happens, you know? I'm like watching birds in my backyard, sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but I've definitely have sent people like video messages and stuff where I'm like looking at birds and stuff, and they'll shade me and be like, you just couldn't stop looking outside. And I'm like, yeah. It's okay, I'm not friends with that person anymore. I should be able to look at birds if I want. Okay, the Sun card, sick. Love that for you. Okay, this card wants to come out. I know, it's just been floating. I don't know if you can pick it up on your end, but it's just been floating. Interesting. Okay. One more card. Thank you for being here. If you haven't, please like this video. It really helps me out a lot. It really helps me out a lot. Please leave me a comment. Doesn't have to be anything wild. You can just say thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I read cards every 2 weeks. One for general, one for love. And if you have any idea for any new like themes of what I should be reading, let me know in the comments below. I'm open. I'm new to this. Okay, cool. So, here we go. Two of Swords, it's like, yeah, you need to make a decision, right? We have the Hanged Man. We're just like maybe looking at things from a different perspective. Don't get hung up on a certain way that things can end, okay? Or like the way that a certain conversation can go down, okay? Because there's many different ways. There's infinite possibilities. So don't get too hung up. Okay, on like one way that this can happen, all right? We got the Sun card. Okay, like, yes, transformation, metamorphosis, like amazing things can happen here if you just choose what to do or cut something out that isn't working for you. I think what you need to cut out is like getting out of your freaking head. And then we have the Death card. Love that for you. Look at this. This card's amazing. It's like, okay, yeah, death's happening here, but then this little spirit's like, woohoo, yay. Like, this is the way I used to think, and now I'm thinking like this. And I'm asking questions now, and I have no problem asking. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. I have to burp. Sorry. I lost it. Okay. I like scared myself out of my burp. Okay. So Seven of Pentacles, it's like, okay, even though like you have this Sun card and this Death card, it's like, oh my god, there's so much major arcana here. It's like once you make this decision to not let things be left in the dark, and to actually like speak up for what you need, and if something isn't working out for you, have a conversation about that, or just like cut it out, whatever. You have no problem doing that, right? Seeing things from a new perspective. Okay, seeing things from a new perspective, like a rebirth. Like, look, this is like ultimate rebirth. Hello. But oh my gosh, I was on to something and then I got lost. My mom's gonna be so embarrassed that happened. She's gonna call me and be like, I have notes for you, and I'm gonna be like, I don't want to hear them. I love you, Mom. I love you. Okay. I love you. Yeah, like you're gonna go through all this like amazing new way of thinking about things, but don't think that just because you cut out whatever this was, you chose to start doing something a certain way and everything starts working out so well that they're always going to work out that well. Just because some things can still slip between the cracks, right? Some things still aren't completely solid. And I don't know, just because they're pentacles, I see like some things can slip between the cracks in the material world. Like, I don't want you to get too sucked into this, because it seems like you can get too sucked into this, and then like things in the material plane like start deteriorating, and it's like, I mean, you're a Scorpio, you're like, so what if they deteriorate in the material plane? I don't freaking care. But sometimes, you know, you like fall in love, and then one day you put so much into it that one day you're just like, oh shit, where's my life at right now? I don't even really know. Yeah, just don't let like the ego of this relationship completely get to you and think it's going to be like a cure-all, because life is still messy, right? Life is still messy. We have the 10 of Wands. Oh, interesting. Okay, I love that for you. For the 10 of Wands, which would be like, oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed. But it's reverse. Love that. Okay, there's going to be like a bunch of burden that's going to come off of your back. And that is just like so beautiful. We have all these new opportunities that are coming to you. Ooh. With the 7 of Cups, look at all these little opportunities. Yay! Because you're like not burdened anymore. You're not like, maybe all of this, like this huge little glow up in this pocket, is gonna help you take things with a grain of salt. And in turn, give you more opportunities. That card's interesting. I wish you could see all the things on it. Oh, I'm gonna have to drink water soon. Okay. There's like an ongoing pattern here of like using your voice. Maybe it's like, okay, I love that. All right. This is great. I love this for you. Oh my god, I swear like the last couple readings, this exact card has shown up like right here. Okay. Interesting. You know what? I'm gonna take a drink of water. Watch while I take a drink of water. I'm gonna lose my thought. Ah! Yeah. Okay, cool. Drink water. Here we go. So, I feel like within this pocket, okay, yeah, no more burnings, whatever. We have the Devotee of Swords. It's like once you get comfortable with speaking up for yourself, and are just like comfortable being a better communicator, you rid of so much of your burdens because you tackle them head on as they're happening instead of making them just one more wand that you need to carry, right? By speaking up for yourself, you get rid of this load. This load doesn't even, it can't even manifest. It can't even happen because you're just like, this wand, wait, no, let's talk about this wand right now. I'm not putting it on my back. Let's talk about this one. Let's address this wand right now, okay? Out of that, so many opportunities, right? So many opportunities. And it's like a new way. It's like you're starting this new journey with like abundance because of this. Like, because you're not carrying all these burdens, you have all this room for abundance now. This is you. You're on a little snail. You're biting into a pentacle like it's freaking pizza or something. And you're just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not carrying of those burdens anymore. I am choosing a life of abundance. I'm making room for abundance. I'm not gonna be like in here freaking going bonkers anymore. There was a card somewhere that said that. But it's like, yeah, I'm starting this new journey. I'm going forth. And I'm only making room for abundance in my life. Interesting. Next card. We have the Seven of Cups, but it's reverse. Okay. It's like, yeah, all these opportunities are opening, but something's blocking them. Oh, it better not be you in your head. And it is. We have the nine. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. We've got the Nine of Swords up here, but it's reversed, right? And then over here, we have the Nine of Swords upright. It's like, okay. It's like, at the beginning, you were like, okay, yeah, I've dealt with all this stuff, and now I'm going out into the world, and I've healed, and la la la. All these amazing things are happening for me. And then once things start getting good, you start questioning yourself again. You start questioning yourself. You start questioning whether you deserve this. You start questioning when things are gonna go wrong. You start questioning like, look at you. Stop it. It like almost makes you want to retract. It makes you want to retract from all of this and just go back to square one. And it's like, no. We are growing from this. We're not going back there. It's like, do we even need another card? Just kidding. Okay, 2 cards come out. We'll take them. I kind of want to look at this. Oh my god. Okay, it's the Eight of Swords. It's just like, please get out of your head. Okay, we have the Seeker of Cups. Like, please just be easy on yourself. Please just be easy on yourself. Like, remember to give love to yourself. I really feel like whatever this is, you're going to pour a lot out. Like, in this period, you have built so much water within this cup, and then just pour it all out. And it's like, okay. It's like, okay. It's like your mind works in overdrive when it doesn't need to, or something. Like, yeah, maybe your mind should have thought before you poured out all this water into whatever this was, but instead you save all of that for later on when things actually could be better. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in here, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it to come out, but sometimes that doesn't always work. Like my Mercury's in Pisces, so I'm like, oh, everywhere. We have the Master of Wands. It's like, instead of thinking so much, like, you need to take action on certain things. You need to take action on certain things. Don't just like think them. I said this in a reading earlier. Instead of thinking like, what's the worst that can happen, and thinking that you already know what's going to happen just by thinking about it, like, actually do it. And that's the only way you'll know if it's going to go bad or not. Like, life's just kind of chaos, and you kind of just have to do things. You kind of just have to find out for yourself. But in here, all these things can happen, but you don't know how they're going to work out. Literally everything you do changes your like path. You know what I mean? Every single decision that you make has an effect on, like a domino effect on the next thing. Like, you have no idea how things are going to end up. So if you stay in here, it's just like, you could do that for your whole life, but then one day you're going to be like, fuck, I wish I just would have like done things instead of like been in here. Because this is gnarly. And like, you're ready to move out of that. Like, move out of it. We have the Emperor reverse. Again, this is like some freaking Master of Wands energy. Like, pick up your freaking, like, boots and... This is like armor boots. Well, look at this. Look at this. Just do it. We have the Four of Swords. I'm like, do it. Just freaking do it. And then it's like, but... but hold on. Maybe you want to think about it. Maybe... Excuse me. Maybe you want to think about it before you do it. This is embarrassing. The cards are literally reading me to filth. There we go. Oh my god, how many cards is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. We're just going to read them all. I don't even care. Actually, this is driving me crazy. Alright, bye. So, okay. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Swords. Remember we saw that earlier at the bottom of the deck? Okay. We have the Chariot reverse. The Eight of Wands reverse. The Three of Cups. And the Ace of Swords. Okay. So it's like, instead of, you know, being like, okay, I know what I need to do and I'm gonna do it, you're just sitting with your thoughts, you know, even more. You're just so, like, cozy where you are that you don't want to make any, like, rash decisions. You don't want to try anything new because you're just like, I know what my little world is like already. I don't need to, like, open it. Like, look, there's even, like, a little world here. It's like, can you see that? Like a little castle, and it's like, this is my world. I'm comfortable with that, and when I want, I can bring it down and it'll surround me. Like, I'm comfortable with that. I don't need anything, any outside forces coming out. Because what happened when I opened myself over here? What happened when I opened myself over here? I got carried away. I poured out all my cup. Here I am being freaking saboteur again. I, like, worked so hard for this, and then I just got carried away and poured out my cup, and now here I am with my guard back up. This is still you, like, tossing around a million ideas, tossing around a million what ifs. I don't know what could happen from all of this. You know, you're not letting yourself move forward because you're, like, basically punishing yourself for all of this. You think that all of these, you're expecting all this communication and all these things to happen. We have the Eight of Wands, but it's reversed, but it's not happening because you're not, like, taking action on any of this. You just, like, expect it to happen. Okay. I mean, I feel like, I don't know what this was, but I feel like there needs to be a conversation about it. We have the Three of Cups, which is like reunion, like collab card with somebody, right? And then there's the Ace of Swords. It's like, you need to talk about this. You need to talk about this, and you need to pick yourself back up because you got lost. You got lost in all of this. You got, like, drunk with love. You got drunk with lust. Like, the Lovers isn't usually like a, you know, it's not a Two of Cups. I mean, you have the Ten of Cups here, which is sick. Like, that is a very amazing, like, love card to get. But the Lovers is like a lust card, you know? I think you just let yourself get drunk with lust. Okay, next we have the King of Swords. It's like, yeah, start speaking up. Start speaking up. And then we have, oh, interesting. We have the Four of Pentacles again. It's like, you're like, I'm standing my ground. I'm standing my ground. I'm standing my ground. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. And then we have the Death card reverse. Okay. I want to pull a clarifier or two on that. That is a wild little pocket, huh? I feel like, yeah, you want to, like, start communicating more, but you're, like, still going to stay, like, stubborn in your ways, and you feel like a lot of abundance is going to come out of you staying stubborn in your ways and you refuse to change something. I do think it is interesting that we had the Death card up here and then we have the Death card directly right under it as a clarifier. I do think that that is really interesting. Just going to pull like a card or two because there's already a bunch of clarifiers on there. Okay, we're going to pull these two cards. Okay, we have the Master of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, so many pentacles in this pocket. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like there's still a lot of work that needs to be done here. I feel like, yeah, you've done a lot of healing. You've done a lot of healing, but when it comes to like other people coming into your life, you're not entirely sure how to balance that with still like, you don't know how, yeah, you don't know how to be with somebody with this new found healing that you have. You're so used to being with people when you like were unevolved. You were so used to being with people almost like in toxic situations or in situations where you were giving yourself too much into the relationship and you didn't give yourself any room for healing. And now that you like have done so much healing, you've been scared to be with somebody because you have done all this healing and you know how to be alone with your healing, but you don't know how to be with somebody else with your healing. Does that make sense? I'm seeing that here. And it's a new process. Like I have, you know, been in a couple like very short relationships after doing a lot of healing, and every single time it's so different than when I was in relationships when I was like still active. I mean, you're always healing, right? But like there were points where I was in relationships where I was like really, really healing, you know, really needed to heal and wasn't. And it's difficult. It's just like it's like you're navigating a relationship as like a new person, and it's almost like, how do relationships even work with what I know now? Like you're so used to being alone that you don't know how to do this with somebody else. And I have noticed that a lot of the relationships that I've been in since, they just end faster because I'm like, oh no, I've like done so much healing that I know what doesn't work for me, and I know that this doesn't work for me. And I mean, dating just gets harder. It does. The more that you heal, it just does. I know that this is supposed to be like a general reading, but it's really looking like this. I don't know. I think you just have to find somebody who's like with your frequency, and once you find that person, then it'll get easier. And that's hard because it's like, oh, how do you find that person? Like it's so hard, but I do feel like that person will like gravitate to you whenever, you know, you'll find them somehow. Okay, take a walk to clear your mind. Take a walk to clear your mind. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is also just like such a healing card, right? And like maybe that's something that you need to do when you're like open yourself up to being with somebody, you know? Like maybe you just need to like take pockets to clear your mind, or maybe even take walks with somebody else. Like I've been with people where I'm like, you want to take a walk? Let's just take a little walk. And we're kind of just like silent through most of it, but it's just like, I don't know, it feels good. It feels good. Okay, so I hope that you're really kind to yourself, and I know that it's not easy to do this. It's really not, especially after you've done all of this. It's not easy, but don't try not to sabotage things. I know it's hard. It is really hard. And it's something that I also struggle with myself, and just be kind to yourself. Mercury is going to be over in a couple weeks. Things will be a little more clear, but right now things are still going to be a little foggy and a little muddy. So don't just give yourself away right now, okay? Learn to balance things out. Learn to balance things out. I love you so much. Please like this video, leave a comment, and take care of yourself. I'll see you in another 2 weeks with your love reading, even though it's like, oh, okay. This is kind of like a love reading. Okay, I'll see you in another 2 weeks. XOXO.